Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning I bid to Madam Suhartina. My name is Nurul Husna binti Muhammad Zakari from the class Desel 2. Now I will be presenting the third task of the assignment TSLB 3132 Inclusive Education of developing teaching aids for students with special education needs. So for this assignment, I have come up with this teaching aids. So this teaching aids is specifically for students with ADHD. I named this teaching aids as past tense word builder kit. So what is ADHD? ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There are a few symptoms of this disorder, which includes inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsive. So students with this problem usually have difficulty focusing and following the lesson conducted by the teachers in the classroom. They are unable to focus on long-term tasks, which makes it difficult for them to complete certain tasks or activity given by the teachers. So when these students cannot focus and get involved in the learning and teaching process, they tend to act impulsively and move around the class, which will cause disturbance to other pupils in the same class. So to overcome this problem, I have come up with this past tense word builder kit to help students with ADHD to learn English in the classroom. So this teaching aids is specifically meant for Year 5 pupils with ADHD with the topic of past tense. So there are two learning objectives that can be achieved with the use of these teaching aids, which is the first objective is that by the end of the lesson, students should be able to form at least two past tense form of the word. The second objective is that by the end of the lesson, students should be able to write at least two of the past tense form. In addition, this teaching aids is also suitable for weaker pupils of Year 5. Now let's take a look at how can teachers use these teaching aids in the classroom. So there are two parts of these teaching aids, where for the first part, pupils have to choose a root word and paste on the space provided to form the past tense form. So I have provided a few root words here. So what the pupils have to do is that they can pick any word that they want and they can paste it at the space that's provided below. So when they paste the word below, it will automatically form the past tense form of the word with the addition of ed, which is the regular form of the past tense. So for the second part, the pupils have to rewrite the past tense form of the word in the box. So what they have to do is that they just have to rewrite the past tense form here on this box given. So for example, they already have the past tense of asked, which is asked. So they just have to simply copy the word into the box given. Now they have written the past tense form of the word. So the last part of this teaching aids is the rewards, the star reward at the below of the board. So this star reward can be used by teachers to mark and check the students' work after they have completed this activity. So instead of just using the traditional way of checking the answers and discussing it together in the classroom, teachers can use this star reward to give the reward to the pupils for their work. So for example, if the students did very well for this activity, the teacher can give them 5 stars. If the teacher wants to give the students 4 stars, they can just simply take out 1 star like that. And if the teachers want to give them less star, they just have to take out another star from there. So that is basically how this teaching aids can be used in the classroom. Moving on, now we will talk a little bit about the special features of this teaching aid that I have developed. So there are a few special features that I have incorporated into this teaching aid. So the first special feature is the use of Velcro tape. So what is Velcro tape? This is the Velcro tape. This tape. So in this teaching aids, I use this Velcro tape for two parts, which is for the first one is to attach these words for the first part, and for the second one is that for the star chart below, I also use Velcro tape so that the teachers can peel off this star and paste it back as they like. So why did I choose to use Velcro tape is that because with the use of this Velcro tape, it will make this teaching aids more interactive. So since students with ADHD have difficulty focusing and getting involved in the teaching and learning process, teachers need to come up with teaching aids that is interactive so that the pupils will actively involve in the learning process. Instead of just the teachers teaching in the traditional method and just showing at the front of the class how to change root word into past tense, they can use this teaching aid, and by using this teaching aids, the pupils can actually do this activity themselves by picking and pasting these words on their own, which will make it more interesting for them to get involved in the learning process. In addition, the use of this Velcro tape also helps to improve students' focus while doing this activity. Why? Because as you can see, the Velcro tape that I use is not that big, which means that when the pupils do this activity, they have to actually focus on where they have to paste this Velcro tape, paste this word, because if they do not paste this word exactly where the Velcro tape is, the word will not stick to the board. So they have to be focused and pay more attention while pasting these words. So the second special feature of this teaching aids is the simple task. So as I've stated, there are two parts of this teaching aids where for the first part, the students have to just simply pick any word that they like and paste it at the spaces that have already given. So the task is very simple. Now after pasting the word, we already have the past tense form of the word. So for the second task, they just have to rewrite the word that is already up there into the box given, which is a very simple task because students with ADHD, they cannot comprehend complex tasks. If they do complex tasks and they find it difficult to get it done, they might end up not finishing the task and not attempting the task at all. So instead of giving them complex questions, complex tasks to be completed, it is better for teachers to ask them to do simple tasks like this so that they can actually complete this task during the teaching and learning process and achieve the learning objectives. Now for the third feature is this rewrite feature, where for the second task, the pupils have to rewrite the words up there into the box that's already provided. So by doing this activity, the pupils can practice their writing skill. So pupils with ADHD, they lack fine motor skills, so usually they have difficulty writing and taking notes in the classroom, and usually their writing will be bad. So by doing this activity, pupils with ADHD get to practice their writing skill, because since this task is very simple, they just have to rewrite. They don't have to think of what they have to write, so it will not cause them too much stress. So they will not have difficulty trying to complete this task, and they will not feel discouraged to practice their writing skill. So the last feature of this teaching aids is this star chart below. So this star chart can be used by teachers to evaluate and mark the pupils' work. So students with ADHD, they usually have low self-esteem. This is because they feel like they cannot do well in the classroom compared to the other pupils. So they tend to feel smaller than their friends, and they feel like they have low self-esteem and they don't enjoy the learning process in the classroom. So by using this star chart, it can help to improve their self-esteem and their motivation to get involved in the learning process and complete this task. Because when they see that their friends are getting 5 stars, are getting 4 stars, these pupils, they like to compare, you know. So when they see that, they will feel like, oh, I also want to get 5 stars, I also want to get 4 stars. So they will feel motivated to complete this task well so that they can get as much stars as they can from their friend. Also, in addition, since the pupils need extra encouragement, some students may do mistakes in completing this task. So what the teacher can do is that instead of pointing out the mistakes, maybe the teacher can praise the students for their effort of trying to finish the task, and the teachers can still give them 5 stars for their effort. This will make them feel more encouraged to improve their ability and do better in the next task given by the teacher. So I think that is all of my presentation for the teaching aids that I have developed. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a good day.